What's up, guys? It's your boys Wookie back out with some more creepy, scary, all-around paranormal video. But today is not going to be a paranormal video in some aspects. We're going to be taking a look at what everybody has been demanding, obviously, with the video that we took a look at yesterday with the confused dog in the glitch of the Matrix. We're going to be taking a look at top 10 glitches caught in real life. Are we in the Matrix? So with that being said, what I want you guys to do is grab a chair, grab some popcorn, whatever delicious flavor popcorn you have, comment it down below what you guys are eating right now. But we're going to be taking a look at these glitches, these creepy, scary, possible Matrix-looking clips right here, right now. Am I in the Matrix right now? Who knows? If you guys are new to my channel, if you guys are returning and have not subscribed yet, make sure you guys subscribe down below by hitting that red bar icon down at the bottom right. Smack that bell icon next to it so when I do post videos like this one, you're going to get that little ring notification that Wookie myself has posted that video. And you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, I thank you guys so very much for the constant love and support you guys show on this channel. I can't thank you guys enough. Keep doing what you guys are doing. Tell your friends and your family, and we'll grow even bigger in 2022. But we are here to take a look at the top 10 glitches caught in real life, but instead we're going to be watching part 1 and part 2. So this is going to be pretty much a top 20. I didn't want to just do one. I wanted to put 2 together. There is a 3 and 4. So if you guys want me to do that top 10 glitches caught in real life of the 3 and 4, comment down below, of course, if you guys want to see this or see more of glitches in the Matrix. With that being said, let's get into it and see what we can expect with glitches in the Matrix. I think we're in the Matrix. I can't tell.
Whether it's the flow of water that seems to have some faulty programming, a plane that's stopped in midair, or a bird that has some serious glitches, we have it all on today's most amazing top 10 list. Coming in at number 10, we have the water is broken. We all know how water is supposed to flow. We know what water is. It always flows downwards. It's usually in a smooth motion unless it's crashing like a massive wave.
Yes.
We all know that Bruce Lee video. And it stays together. Like it can splash, but it's not going to float through the air in separate pieces. Well, then someone please explain to me how this could happen.
No gravity? This is because of audio that makes it do this.
There is clearly something off here. Whoever's in charge of the code of this part of the world needs to get over here right now because things are falling apart. The water is floating in midair, and if I look at that for too much longer, my brain is going to break in half. Like, is water that does that even safe to drink? Or if I drink it, is the water that makes up my body going to start to drift apart and I'll float away? Will my body rip apart like someone put C4 up my butt like in Man on Fire? If you guys have not seen Man on Fire, you should go check out that movie right now because it is amazing. Shout out to Denzel Washington. And guys, make sure that you hit that like button because it really helps us out. Coming at number 9, we have Somebody Restart SHAQ. This one might be the most famous one on the list because it involves one of the most famous people in the world. We all know Shaquille O'Neal for his amazing sports commentary, for his hilarious show SHAQ Versus, and probably for his biggest accomplishment being in a movie where he was a genie. Also, don't forget about the video game Shaq Fu. Well, with that many accomplishments, is Shaq who he is because he worked his butt off to be the best? Or is it because he was programmed? Well, if he is part of the fabric of this simulation, then someone needs to restart him. Check out this clip. He's stuck there like a loading screen. Maybe it was the guy watching this as TV. Maybe the image on his TV froze for a moment, so it made it seem like Shaq couldn't move. Or this dude is part of the Matrix, and if you manage to get out of the Matrix, he is Agent Smith. Someone please tell me that Shaq is the villain in the 4th Matrix movie.
No.
That would really make my life so much better. Coming in number 8, we have Goodbye Snow. This next glitch looks like it was pulled right out of a James Bond movie. I mean, it just happened so perfectly, you would think that this SUV has some sort of camouflage tech, and I don't think that comes with the standard model. You might need to upgrade to the S series for that one. Well, what we're about to see is an SUV driving along the road, and then all of a sudden there's snow that starts to fly off the top of the car, and it almost completely vanishes.
Otherwise nothing out of the ordinary here, but these glitches seem to come when we least expect them.
Oh.
Slowly but surely the car appears to fade away. Slowly but surely it is consumed by the snowflakes.
You all saw what I just saw, right? This thing was there and then it was gone. Now the logical answer is that the car was there and then it sped up, which caused the snow on top of the car to fly off, which then caused low visibility so you couldn't see it as it drove away. But even the tail lights disappear. I'm not one to jump to conclusions, but there might be some alien tech in that family-sized car. That seems like the most logical explanation. Coming in at number 7, we have the cup dance. Okay, this one is supposed to be someone's sound system making a paper cup float. And I gotta say, yes, it is probably the sound system because sound waves can be extremely powerful. I mean, did you know that a flashbang can make you poop your pants? I bet you didn't know that. That's how much a loud noise can affect you. So remember.
Did you know that watching Scared Was a Wookiee can also make you poop your pants?
That every time your player gets flashbanged and caught, they are actually pooping their pants. But let's take a look at this, and then you can be the judge of whether or not this is a glitch.
That's not a glitch.
Okay, that sound system in the car must be jacked up. Also, I don't think you should play it so loud. That can't be good for your ears. But could it really make a cup stutter step like that? I don't know anything about sound systems. So
Probably.
Maybe. Coming in at number 6, we have the floating manhole. Now, even though this sounds much more devious than it is, I promise you that this is not that nasty. Just take a look at this clip.
So how on earth is this one bouncing around
I think it's
so
because
madly? So free.
The gas and the fumes from underneath are actually probably pushing this up.
Really, as if it's as light as a feather.
Now you would think that maybe there is just a buildup of farts in the sewers, but there would have to be a hell of a lot of farts for that thing to move. Do you know how much a manhole weighs? That thing isn't just going to dance like that unless there's some serious force underneath it or a glitch in the Matrix.
I don't think
Coming in
glitch.
number 5, we have the mysterious tree. I couldn't imagine a worse thing to wake up to. Picture this. You have a great night's sleep. You wake up before your alarm, fully rested. You have a great breakfast, and then you get your things ready for work, and then you walk outside, and there's a tree through your car. That would be a pretty upsetting thing to find all of the sudden. And it didn't get blown through your car in some storm, it grew through your car. Take a look at this.
No way. It grew overnight?
How does that happen? It looks like the programmer of Earth was sleeping on the job. And
if you look at the hood, the tree came from out of the car because it's peeling outwards. I'm a little, I don't know.
And forgot where the trees are supposed to go. Also, there's no way that car insurance covers mysterious trees that pop up in your car. That sucks. Coming in at number 4, we have the plane stalled. Now, if a plane actually stalls, we know it can be the worst thing possible that can happen to you while you're in the air. The plane will start to fall towards the ground and you can kiss your butt goodbye because that's probably going to be the end of you. But I guess sometimes it doesn't have to go like that. There's apparently a stop in the sky option that no one ever told us about. Well, it looks like we're going to have to take a look at this one to make sure it's real.
So apparently what is happening here is that the plane is going the exact same speed as what's being recorded through the aperture of the camera, causing it to do this. Apparently this does the exact same thing with helicopters and their propellers. If the camera is got the same aperture speed that it's recording in, it will make it look like it's being frozen in time. That could be a possibility. That's why I've seen. That's why I learned in photography. But what do you guys think? Comment down below.
Now, looking at this thing, you can see that the footage is actually pretty grainy, so who knows? Maybe the person who filmed this just added the plane to the sky afterwards and then uploaded this freaky video to the internet to freak out all of us.
You could have done that too.
Maybe the Cyberpunk devs will get to this one with the next patch. I mean, we're doing a list on glitches. I needed to do at least one Cyberpunk joke. I have to say that I love that game, and I'm really sorry for anyone who's playing it on console because it's running really good on PC. But hopefully, after a long, hard road of patches, the game will work on every platform. Coming in at number 3, we have the Afterglow. Now, the Afterglow is the feeling you have after you meet me for the first time. I am just that amazing. Just kidding, most people feel like they need a shower after they meet me. But the afterglow is an effect that can happen sometimes in a mirror. I haven't heard of this before, but let me just show you so it can make a little bit more sense.
Demonstrated by the shovel glass placed vertically to the real world.
I've seen
However,
this.
it's so hard to accept that such bulbs could produce afterglows.
Now, what is apparently happening is that the light that is coming off the bulb is still glowing in the mirror because it was so bright. Now, I don't know if that's a real thing or if it's just something made up to explain this glitch in the Matrix. But even if that is something that can act.
So the thing is, if you don't get it yet, is that inside the mirror, the light shows that it's still on. But in real life, the light is not on. Apparently, the mirror is showing what the heat of the bulb was, but it's delayed. That honestly, that doesn't make sense to me.
Actually happen, I don't think a little hotel light would have enough juice to leave a glow stain in the mirror. I would think that you would need something a lot more powerful, but I also don't know anything
Glitch in
about
the
science,
Matrix.
so who the hell am I to say anything? Coming in at number 2, we have a floating bird. It turns out planes aren't the only ones that will get stuck in the sky. Let's just hope that if any people watching this video are falling from the sky down to the earth, then this glitch will happen because it seems like it could be a lifesaver. How
See,
does a
I don't know
bird
about that
do
one.
something like that? Now, once again, we are working with grainy footage. I mean, catching something extraordinary on camera almost has to be on grainy footage.
This one's
or
like,
else it doesn't make any sense. So, who knows? Maybe this bird was caught in something and all the people around it wanted to help it out. They saw that if they gave this bird a little push, that it would be able to get free. Maybe this footage was taken in a country that has some massive spiders that have webs big enough to catch birds, and all we saw was a bird that was stuck in a massive spider web. And then that dude hit it with a broom and he was able to knock it free. That could have been what happened.
I don't see that.
Or was it another glitch in the Matrix? Woo.
Glitch in the
Coming
Matrix.
into the number 1 spot, we have a lady vanishes. Now, this is a pretty common glitch, but probably the one that is the hardest to explain. Like with the bird, we could say that it could have been a spider web. With the car, it was snow flying off and it could have just been bad visibility. But when you see someone standing in one spot and then they're gone right
like
when
that
someone
dog
passes
yesterday
in front of them, that makes it seem like there's something wrong with the programming.
This one, okay, watch. Where'd the woman go?
I've seen this kind of glitch again and again. I've seen it with cars, I've seen it with other things, but this one stands out to me because where did that lady go?
They say that the woman followed the other woman on the back with the front at the exact same time.
Did she just duck down for no reason?
I don't know.
Why would she do something like that? Was she trying to freak everyone out and make it seem like she had disappeared? And if anyone was going to disappear, it seemed like it should have been her. She was kind of a background character in that scenario. All right, guys, that has been our list. Thank you all so much for tuning. Cars smashed.
Part 2.
Time traveler spotted in broad daylight, and the Pope himself glitching on live television. We have all of this on today's top 10 list. Coming in number 10, we have the invisible car crash. Now, there are tons of ways to explain real-life glitches. When you see someone lag on camera, that could have just been the recording. When you see a plane stalled in the sky, like we had on our last video, that could be explained through some clever editing. But I don't really know how you fake a car crash like the one I'm about to show you.
I want to see this. What?
Yeah, you guys just saw what I just saw, right? That was a car that was crashing into nothing. There was a car that was zooming along the highway, and then it smacked into an invisible...
How do you tell your insurance company?
This could have been some pole in the road that was angled so perfectly that the driver and the camera couldn't see it. Now, that is possible, but highly unlikely. How could something that thin and small be strong enough to cause a moving car that's going about 60 kilometers an hour to stop in its tracks?
I have so many questions.
Was there some sort of invisible force field there that was left on by accident, or could this just be someone spending...
I know, the Wonder Woman parked her invisible plane there and forgot to park it somewhere else. That's what it was.
Something strange to put out as disinformation to make us all very confused. Either way, I would be pissed if I was the owner of that car. You don't do anything wrong, and then something invisible causes your car to be a write-off. Is that even covered under your insurance?
That's what I was saying. It's not.
In the sky. If you have it in your mind that you will never reach the level of wealth to afford a sailboat, well, let me tell you that there's a whole other level of wealth that we have no idea about. There is a class of people who have been taking their boats to the skies.
Say what?
Aren't we all seeing that right now? I have no idea how reflections off the water will affect your camera.
I have so many questions.
That up, but that looks like someone got their boat to fly through the sky at a very reasonable pace. I mean, that boat is just cruising along, not too fast or slow. Sky sailing is a brand new thing, and this guy has already mastered it. But how on earth is that happening?
Editing?
Is there some new boat-shaped plane that we don't know about? I mean, that does sound like something that Elon Musk would make. Tesla has a car that looks like a tank, and now they have a plane that looks like a boat. Coming in number 8, we have teleporting, time traveling, or NPC. I would imagine that sometime in the future we will lock down teleport.
That's another one I've been really wanting to get into and looking into. I said that twice. Is time travel. There's people that speculate and have stated that they've come from the future or the past, and they can tell us very key things. If you guys want me to do a video on time travel, definitely comment down below.
Teleportation. I don't know if time travel is on the table, but who knows? If
Great
we went back
Scott!
100 years and got someone to eat Korean fried chicken, they might have an overdose.
Where we're going,
from all the
we don't
flavor.
need roads.
But if people are working on it, you would imagine it would take some time to work out all the kinks. In this next clip, we might be seeing the early stages of people glitching reality so they can teleport.
Whoa! Where'd he come from? Him? Her?
You see that massive truck had to swerve out of the way so that they didn't crash into that lady. Some random woman,
but it goes
out of
through
nowhere,
it,
and it looks like she has a perfectly clean lab coat on. I mean, I don't know how someone would end up walking around in the middle of the highway, miles away from any town, but they
She's a
usually
jumper.
look dressed like they came right out of the lab. She seems so calm, even though she was.
And she comes out of the truck.
Usually, when a 16-wheeler has to swerve out of the way so it doesn't crash into me, I wet my jeans just a little bit. But she's just strolling like she knew she was going to be safe, or she's a poorly programmed NPC. Next on the list, we have Brady FEIGL squared. There are a lot of people in this world who say they have found their twin. I'm looking at you, David Diggs. If I get tagged in one more picture of you, I'm gonna have to chase you down and take a side-by-side picture so people know we're not the same person. But even though David Diggs and I kinda look the same, we have nowhere close to the same similarities as Brady FEIGL and Brady FEIGL. For one, both these guys have the exact same name. On top of that, they both play professional baseball. On top of that, they are both left-handed pitchers. This seems pretty rare, and you would expect
Did they possibly come from the same dad?
Similarities end. Well, guess what? There's more. For one, they both look almost identical. They both have had the same surgery from the same doctor, and they even dress similar, wearing the same glasses.
I'm calling
it. It
it.
would seem that the random person generator that populates this planet with people might have glitched and made 2 copies of the same dude. People thought that they might have been long-lost twins that were separated at birth.
That's what I'm thinking.
The DNA test showed that that wasn't true, but they did have the same German ancestry. Coming in next on the list, we have
What?
the cat reflection. I don't know what kind of software is going into making the mirrors in our giant simulation world, but it would seem that this is a place ripe for glitches. Oh, and just so we're clear, I'm not a believer in simulation theory. I just like playing along with the theme for this
cool
list.
of an
But
idea.
even though I think that everything can be explained logically, this next clip is a little trippy.
Watch, one cat turns.
The CPU that is in charge of getting everything running must have been putting the computing power somewhere else when this went off. I mean, that would be a
How do you
good
explain
sign to tell
that?
if you are an important person if you think simulation theory is real. Like, if this is indeed a simulation, I'm going to play with this idea for a moment, and there are a bunch of glitches around you, that would mean that the universal computing power is being used somewhere else on more important and interesting people. So, if you see those glitches, that's your sign to step up your game because your life is boring. Next on the list, we have Mark Zuck is a Matrix program. If there's anyone that could be a lizard person or a robot or
Mark Zuckerberg?
some sort of simulation-based software person that has been put into the world to control us and cause havoc, it would be Mark Zuckerberg. And there have been several moments where people have caught
That
this
looks
poor
creepy.
excuse for an alien trying to be a human acting weird. But this one has to be my favorite.
You need to focus and try not to let stuff bother you as much as possible. but it is gonna bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human, still.
The ZUCK was caught red-handed saying that he wasn't a human. That has to be one of the most obvious glitches ever. The programmers would have been like, who's in charge of writing the script for Zuckerberg?
I
and
was
why
human?
Did you make him act like a robot? And make
I've
references
never
to
seen
not
that
being
until
human
now.
Because you're blowing our cover big time. I mean, let's say in the next few years, there's a massive revolution and we get into a bunch of secret files about which famous people living among us are aliens and which ones are humans. I would be more surprised to find out that this guy is actually fully human. Next on the list, we have the rain spot. I mean, we all hate bad weather, so I think
I love
many of
bad
us
weather.
would prefer if we could condense it into one spot and have everything else nice all the time.
No,
Well,
I like rain.
guess there must have been a trial run for some new rain patches because that's what we got here.
What? Look above. Is it from a pipe? Is it from the ground? Wait a minute. What? Huh? What?
It would seem that for some reason the clouds in that area have glitched out and the rain is pouring down in only one spot. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. Now that has to be some sort of glitch or the plot to a children's book called The Loneliest Rain Cloud. A book about a cloud that is rainy all the time, but all the other clouds around him are nice, so he has no friends. And he travels around everywhere trying to make friends, but everyone runs from him because they don't want to get wet. Someone get my publicist on the phone because I have a book to write. Next on the list, guys, we have the smartphone time traveler. One of the wildest
things
ever caught on camera is the footage from a Mike Tyson fight that looks like there's someone filming the fight in the background.
Right here. Those phones don't exist back then.
The reason that this is so weird is because the footage is from 1995, and even though there were some phones back then that could have been considered smartphones, there was nothing released that had a camera on it. That wouldn't be released for another 5 years. And when you look at the footage, it seems like that phone is a very modern smartphone. Now, this could have been some device that simply looks like a phone, and people have been making
Everybody's been saying it's
that
a phone.
Is in fact a smartphone, so they can argue that time travel is real, but really we have no idea what happened here. We have no idea who was recording this Mike Tyson fight with this mysterious device.
Oh, I wish we could ask him.
We have a plane vanishes. Now there have been a lot of reports of all sorts
Bermuda
of stuff
Triangle.
Like apparently all of the alien stuff that happened in Roswell, New Mexico, that was all faked by the government because they were testing out experimental aircrafts, and they decided that making people think that aliens were real was safer than telling them what the military was up to. So what you're about to see might be some secret government aircraft caught on camera, or it might be a glitch.
Whoa!
I mean, you all saw what I just saw, right? There was a plane there and then it was gone. Everyone was focused on it. It was in the sky and then it blinked out of existence like half the people in Avengers Infinity War. Also, random question for the comments. Would you rather be one of the people who blinked out of existence when Thanos snapped his fingers and then came back 3 years later to a whole new world?
5 years.
Or would you have rather been there the whole time and lived through the whole thing?
I would want
and
to be
saw
there the whole
world
time.
Post-snap. Well, whoever was on the plane seems like they didn't have a choice in disappearing because now they are for sure gone. Unless the sky is all a massive projection and that was just a glitch on one of the screens. And coming in at the #1 spot, we have the Pope vanishes. Now, I will start off by saying I have no idea what the Pope does and what his powers are. Can he fly? Can he control the weather? Does he have telekinesis? I never went to church, so I don't know.
Catholic,
so the clip
Orthodox,
that went viral of him vanishing
Orthodox.
about a year ago might be one of his holy powers, or it was a glitch that no one was supposed to see. Let's take a look.
What?
That was something that was seen from the Pope's balcony as he was addressing people about the COVID-19 pandemic. After his speech was done, he just vanished, and there were several news outlets that showed the exact same
hologram
thing. So this wasn't just a broadcast that screwed up. Some say this might have been a hologram of the Pope because he was actually isolating somewhere and
called it
catch the virus. I mean, we know that hologram tech is real. Most of us have seen that massive Tupac hologram that came out years ago, and if anyone has access to the latest and greatest hologram tech, it has to be the Pope. All right, guys, that has been our list. Thank you all so much for tuning
Zuckerberg.
in. Until next time, I've been your host, Jay Arena.
So with that being said, of everything that we've witnessed here just now, what do you guys think? Do you guys think there's a glitch in the Matrix? Do you guys think there is a we're programmed to have these scenarios and these daily lives like this? Or what do you guys think? I don't know what to think. I'm led to believe that we live here, we do what we're supposed to be doing, we have children, we get married, we grow old, and we die. But what if there's something completely different, a program that we are living in? I'm not quite sure, but you guys be the judge. Comment down below your guys' thoughts. Of course, like the video. Also tell me if you guys want me to continue these on part 3 and part 4 of glitches caught in real life, aka the Matrix. I would love to know what you guys think. And of course, we'll see you guys in the next video. So keep it real, keep it safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys next time.